Welcome Professor Jean Pierre Wilken, President of the Care Network, to join us here. What is the Care Network for? Why is it important to continue working on it?
Yes, the Care Network is already existing for quite a number of years, and it is a collaboration between many people in many different countries with just one objective, that's to improve the quality of life of people with mental health issues. And we try to support each other in different countries with knowledge, with inspiration, with setting good examples, with training programs, and this on the different levels, because we know if we want to change the life circumstances of people, especially in Eastern European and Central Asian countries, you should also address issues on a policy level and not only supporting people on an individual basis. So that's what the Care Network is basically about. It's not a big institution, it's very much relationship based, so based on relations between people. It can be professionals, service users, researchers, people working in the management of organizations, but just with one aim, to support each other in improving the quality of mental health services, and especially focusing on the recovery and social inclusion. These are the two main themes of our network. It's very much a value-driven way of moving forward together. And this, of course, means that we have to be very sensitive about the concepts of recovery and the concepts of social inclusion, and what it means of creating inclusive communities. So this requires also that we work with what I always call knowledge which is not so much evidence-based, but more practice-based, and that we work with these sensitizing concept of recovery and social inclusion.
One of the outcomes from the development of Care Network is the Careacademy.
Yes.
What is the future of Careacademy?
Well, let me first explain that the Careacademy is a kind of a vehicle for learning, training and education. And we at the moment, our main activity is our international so-called TEPLA program, where people from many different countries come together, follow a blended learning program, so e-learning and also face-to-face seminars. And we already did it for a number of times. And this is a very inspirational form of learning together, and the idea is that people who become a trainer, they can work in their own country with their own network, working on projects and initiatives to improve the services. But we also created a number of e-learning modalities. We use ICT technology for this, so that everybody can be able to participate also from a distance in this learning program. Careacademy is also meant for giving new impulses to research and development. And we have connections with a number of universities in our network, and at a number of universities projects are going on doing research in the field of personal recovery and social inclusion and community-based mental health care. And we try also to collaborate between different organizations, between different universities, also to initiate new research projects, but also supporting local organizations to, for example, monitor the outcomes of their projects, so that we can really prove that quality of life is improved by changing the services when people need certain supports. And the future of the Care Academy, I hope that it will develop further. Of course, also depends on the available means.
Moving forward, what is the vision you hold for the Care Network?
Well, the vision I have is that we keep on strengthening the network. And over the years we see that a lot of people are active in the network and are connecting to each other between countries and in our international meetings and our international training programs. And this network becomes stronger and stronger because when you relate to each other on a personal level and you share this vision of working on change, then this creates strong ties. And we need these relationships, we need these bonds, so that everybody will be empowered and keep on working in their own place, these very local, small-scale initiatives, and at the same time feel supported by a larger network that you know when you work in Armenia, that you know that other people in Czech Republic or Estonia are really working on the same level and have the same ambition, and that together you kind of form a movement and I hope this will keep on going and be even stronger in the future, that more people can be connected to the network and can feel this spirit of change and find each other in mutual collaboration.
What is the most challenging ahead for everyone in this field?
The most challenging, I think everybody has his own challenges where he or she is working, and these challenges can be very different. It can be that there's a lack of resources, for example, in many countries. The expenditure on mental health service is very low. People with a mental health problem often face homelessness, poverty, even violence or abuse, violation of human rights. So, and professionals working with service users, of course, also face all these problems which you can often not solve on an individual level, but you need the other levels. You need a political system which enables also people in a vulnerable position to be part of the community and have the same opportunities for work, education, and so forth as the other citizens in the community. So it has much to do with the struggle for equality. That people have the same opportunities as everybody, and that it has also to do with solidarity. So that's really in a community where everybody is included. This means that people care for each other, and that people give space to each other, also if you are a little bit different. So I think these are the daily struggles, and of course what has to be changed on the level of a service system or on the political level or on a funding level. You can only do it if you form strong coalitions. And since every country is different, You should form a strong network of people sharing this ambition of changing and improving the society and improving conditions. And again, then it's important that you feel supported by networks and people in other countries, because you need this support also to create the right influence in your own country.
What inspires you most of all?
What inspires me most is the personal contact with all the people in our network. I see so many wonderful people doing wonderful work, sharing their experiences, discovering the value of working on a recovery base, working on new initiatives with regarding to, for example, social enterprises, working on new possibilities of ICT. So we have all these activities going on in the network, and by also creating crossovers between different fields, the field of mental health care, field of social work, also the field of business, of ICT. When these crossovers will happen, including also using media design and media technology, then you see that people really feel inspired and think, hey, this gives opportunities for new ways, for new discoveries, and I think that is very inspiring, and that is also what I like so much about the Care Network. So these personal relationships of enthusiastic people who have dreams, who believe in a better future, and that we can learn from different perspectives, service user, professionals, lecturers at universities, researchers, people working in different services, enterprises. And when you create these relationships between people and connecting different worlds, then something new and exciting is going to happen.
Okay, this will be your last question. In so many years with the Care Network, what do you think is the most important activities to strengthen the network, to bring all the good people together and help them to form their own coalitions?
Yes, I think there are two strategies we must follow. The first one is that what we are already doing is on an annual or biannual basis having these international meetings and bringing people together, and you always feel there a lot of positive energy, and people inspire each other and go back to their own country and use this positive energy and these good examples and the learnings to implement in their own country. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that I hope, and in a number of countries it already exists, and I hope that in other countries it will develop more, these national networks. For example, in Czech Republic we have a very strong national network of people working with this care approach and these new ideas. Estonia, it's also a very strong network. The Netherlands also, but in other countries this group of people is still rather small. So I think we should help them and encourage them to make the group larger and to be stronger, so that you can really create a force to make the next steps.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.